to the oppressor. Go ahead and play it.
There was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant.
Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? Well, how about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay?
Brothers and sisters, this is the best way to teach a child about oppression. In the movie, there was only one ant that stood up to an army of locusts. And of course, the locusts said to themselves, well, so what? He's only one ant. Until the leader of the locusts, the leader of these locusts said, it doesn't matter that he's only one ant. If one ant stands up to us, then maybe all of them will stand up to us. So we have to treat even one person having courage, one person being courageous enough to stand up to us. We have to treat him like it's 1 million people doing it. Because if not, then they all will stand up to us and we will lose our way of life. This is what you've seen for 400 years. They treat one black person not doing exactly what a cop tells them to do. One Hispanic waving a flag on a police car. That video you're seeing, that is one picture of one man waving a Mexican flag on a police car. But in the mind of an oppressor, it's 2 million of them, 3 million of them, because there are so many of them. The only thing that's keeping us in place is fear. And they have to maintain fear. Tenemos un enemigo común. Tenemos un enemigo común. Pero cuando nos unimos, nuestros adversarios caerán. If we come together, if we realize that we have a common enemy, then we would come together. Pero cuando nos unimos, my God, can you imagine if blacks and Hispanics come together? This is why when you turn the internet on, they're saying 100 blacks against 100 Mexicans. This is why when you turn the internet on, they're saying, black people, we're going to sit this one out. This is why when you turn the internet on, they're saying black people don't love Mexicans. Mexicans don't love black people. In the jails, Mexicans side with white people. They don't side with black people. Pero cuando nos unimos, nuestros adversarios caerán. But if we came together, if we forgave each other, if we realized this whole time we've hated each other because we've all thought we were the ugly ducklings. We weren't like them. And if we come together, then our adversary would fall. This is why there's oppression. This is why they treat every little thing we do as if it's gigantic, because fear is the only thing they have to stop us from realizing our true power. The Bible teaches blacks and Hispanics that we're the same people. We are blood relatives. Blood relatives. And we learn that we must love our brothers as ourselves. Amo tu hermanos como a ti mismos. We learn to love our brother as ourselves. And blacks and Hispanics are brothers. We're brothers, blood brothers. And this world doesn't want us to know that, because they know that if we came together, our adversary would fall. This is the best way to understand oppression. This is why they treat you like this. This is why you have to be so careful when the police pull you over. You're just one person getting pulled over, but the police don't think of it like that. The police cannot allow one black person to think that he has the rights of a white man. The police cannot allow one Hispanic to think that he is equal to a white person, because if that ever happens, they might decide that they have the same rights as any human being on this earth. And then on that day, we might decide how we can get those rights, or we can have God fight for us to establish our rights. And then their way of life is over. I pray you understand. Ephraim, did you get that?
Con out of one, con.
All right. Do I have Commander General Yohana? I'm sorry. I hope I'm not keeping him waiting.
We're still waiting for him to join the screen, sir.
We'll wait. Let's get some videos in that we needed to get in tonight until we can get Commander General Yohana.
Colonel Khan. We have Trump pardoning this sheriff.
Let me tell you, there was a sheriff this week. Well, play the video, and then I'll break it down.
Former Sheriff Scott Jenkins has maintained his innocence and campaigned for President Donald Trump's attention, saying on at least one podcast, if he could only explain the full story, he's fairly certain the president would understand. Jenkins says he was targeted by the Biden Justice Department for his outspoken advocacy for the Second Amendment and his willingness to deputize thousands of auxiliary deputies to get around possible gun restrictions. It's unclear what ultimately got the White House's attention. During his trial last year, the jury saw photos and video of what prosecutors said showed Jenkins accepting cash and checks from people who were then given deputy badges, allowing them to carry firearms. And some of them testified they hoped it would get them out of speeding tickets. None had any training, and few did any work for the sheriff's office, according to prosecutors at trial. The payments, the jury agreed, were bribes, and they ranged from $5,000 to $20,000. Jurors heard multiple audio recordings taken by an FBI informant of Jenkins discussing the payments, including some from.
Let me explain to you what this devil was doing now. He was paying, people would pay him from $5,000 to $20,000, and he would give them a sheriff's badge. Do you understand what that means? You give this cat $20,000, you're a sheriff in that town. You become a sheriff. So now you have arrest powers. Now you can pull over a Hispanic, a Latino, and ask him for his papers. That's what our oppressor wants to do. Our oppressor is taking money and just making average white men sheriffs. Now, when you're a sheriff, you can pull over Fernando Castillo. You can pull over Eric Gardner. You can do it. And you don't have any training. You've never went to the police academy. Nothing. You just gave the sheriff $20,000. And because you did that, you're the law in the city. This is what our oppressor is doing. And making everyone a sheriff. So now every single white man with money can oppress a black or Hispanic person that's coming and going in this city. Continue.
Rick Rahim, a convicted felon.
Slacker, sir. Captain Kazazar has a question.
Captain Kazazar, go ahead. I hope I didn't hear what I just heard just now. Because I think he just said he gave a convicted white man, a convicted white felon, a sheriff's badge to oppress blacks and Latinos. Go ahead. Let me hear. Kazazar, please.
Yes, sir, Kadawan Khan. So is what he's doing with the sheriff, is this like what they did to appease white men after Reconstruction in the South?
Yeah, let me. If I wish I could. I know I cannot find this video. I don't believe, but this is about 8 years ago, right? When a white man was given a badge, and he was a rich white man, and he paid about $30,000 to these white cops, and they allowed him to go out on a raid in a black neighborhood. He was not a cop. He just gave them money, and they allowed him to go out on the raid. And so they arrested a black man, and the rest of the actually trained police officers, they handcuffed him and arrested him. The white man, who was not a cop, but he had just simply paid money to be on the raid, he pulled out his gun and killed him as they were handcuffing him. And in his and afterwards, he said it was a mistake. He got too excited. He was just so excited that while they had the handcuffed on him, he just pulled out his gun and killed him. And there's video of this. But he was not a cop. Do you understand? Sometimes when a cop is arresting you, and there's a crowd of them, not all of them are cops. Some of them are just the white man that paid money to go out with the police today. And this is an actual case, and there was video of it, and Commanding General Yohanna taught on it about 8 years ago. This happened. Well, this sheriff's office, these people arresting you, some of them are sheriffs. The other ones are just people who have a sheriff's badge. This is the slave patrols. This is them deputizing anyone, except in this case, it's not just anyone, it's whoever has enough money to give it to this sheriff. You understand, Captain?
Khan.
This isn't a movie. This is oppression, young children. This is making sure that the ants never realize that they are stronger in number than the grasshoppers. They can't know. The ants can't know the inner strength that they have. The inner community that is stronger than the community that they're being oppressed by. The ants can't know it. The ants have to say, it's your fault, ant.
Yeah.
Salaki.
Slack, sir. Let me bring him on the screen. Barack.
Yahweh Shemel Shabrakta.
Slack, sir. No sound on your end.
Man, General Yohanna, they can't hear you.
All right, the water.
Have it up.
1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear me now?
I hear you perfectly.
Muhammad, what you go on and do, man? What did you go on and do? Always doing something. Man, that's a rough one. Salaki, go ahead, General.
No, please, sir. Please, with your permission, I asked if you could come on because Ephraim out of New York told me that tonight the Israelis attacked Iran.
Yes, they did. They went in there. Go ahead.
Now, I'm just going to tell you, sir, for 30 years, you've told me this to me. To me, you told me that this day was going to happen for 30 years when there was unity in the Middle East, peace in the Middle East.
Yep.
You told me one day this was going to happen, and it happened tonight. With your permission, I just wanted to see if you would be willing to come on and speak, sir.
For water. I appreciate it. Tonight is truly a night, General, where all Israel should do two things. Should give all praise and honor onto the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, his son Christ. You know what I'm saying? And humbly should thank the Most High for his mercy with letting us know ahead of time all these things that would happen. So many gods in the world. Thank you so much, y'all. So many gods in the world, so many religions, so many lies, and our people not having our identity absorb it all, right or wrong, General. But the mercy of the Most High to give us these prophecies in this time is just beyond the pale. And sure enough, we are 2 feet in on the Third World War. There are very little steps left for them to take before is total annihilation, man. It's biblical, it's spiritual, and if I could, General, real quick, the love of the Most High for these poor blacks and Latinos in the ghetto, in poverty, is immeasurable. Suffered so much for hundreds of years throughout all 12 tribes, tribe of Judah. The Lord never forgot us. He never forgot the prophecies, that forgot what he was going to do to us. I don't know what made the Edomites think after 400 years, baby out of her arms while trying to arrest her, while trying to have ICE agents arrest her. Like you are as bad as the Israelis to the Palestinians. And if you think the Lord is going to let that go unpunished, you had better kiss your sons and daughters. You better kiss your sons and daughters, because now you on the road to falling into the hands of the Most High. And it is a terrible thing to fall into his hands. I don't know how far, you want me to go, General, because I can go into the prophecies on it.
Please, sir,
definitely
please,
on what they're doing right now today. Okay, we can go back then and just basically start with Ezekiel 38 if we could, just to bring this to measure. For those of you that may not know, the Iranians in the Bible are the Persians. The Persians and the Mede Empire came together. They came together and they destroyed the Babylonian. Matter of fact, let me give you that first. They destroyed the Babylonian Empire. If you go to Daniel, the 5th chapter, and read the 28th verse on down. Do we have a brother that could read this right quick? Or you want Mirage here with me?
Come. Select, if you like.
I think Asher has it unless you're ready to go up there and fill it.
Yeah, Asher, if you got it. Muhammad, can y'all hear me clear?
I hear you perfectly.
Most High in Christ. Go ahead, Asher.
Select, so Daniel 5:28.
28, yep.
Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians.
Right. Your kingdom is divided now. Right now, you got Russia backing up Iran. Russia is on their side. Been backing them up when they fought in Syria and all of that. And now the Israelis and Americans believe they can take the whole world and end any aggression with any other country except for China. But this is not what's in biblical prophecy. They are divided as Edomites, and their empire is divided. And the Americans are on the side of the Israelis, but the Russians are on the side of Iran. America's on the side of the Israelis. So let's ride a little bit. Read on a little.
Verse 29. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet.
So they clothed Daniel with scarlet because he told the king of Babylon the prophecy that would happen to his kingdom. We prophesied on these streets every day for years and years and years that this would happen. And all it did was make this man more cruel. You understand? And cruel to provoke us. He knows we the 12 tribes. He knows the spirit that's in us. He knows these things. So what does he do? He makes sure there's a good camera visual while he abuses the hell out of the Lord's chosen people. He provoked this civil war to break forth in the earth. The Israelis timed it perfectly so that while the eyes are on the riots, they could go and invade Iran. But none of this will end up good if the Lord step in it, and he's stepping in it. Go ahead, Ak.
Khan, and put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom.
That they rose him up. Daniel became the third ruler in the kingdom of Babylon, man. That's how powerful his words were. Those Chaldeans was Abraham's people, and they were the wise men of Babylon, and they raised Babylon up to be an amazing kingdom. But Daniel let them know that their kingdom was fallen. You raised up the Edomites to be a great kingdom. You made this empire great. make America great again. America only got great because we was in slavery.
That's
Well,
right.
guess what? That time is coming to an end. If I could, please.
Concert. Verse 30. In that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain.
In that night, they killed the king of the Chaldeans. They slayed him. And the Persians and the Medes took over that empire, which is your Iranians today, and many Iraqis as well, and many others from other countries. And this is what's unfolding right now. Could we do one more, General, if we could?
Please, sir, keep going.
Could we get Ezekiel, the 38th chapter? You know, that's our favorite. That Ezekiel, the 38th, we've been waiting on this a long time. Now, we don't know how far they're going to go. This could just be a scare tactic to get the Iranians to come to the table and negotiate with America, because America desperately wants them to stand down from their nuclear program and show you how righteous the Most High is. Remember, Obama made a deal with Iran and stopped their nuclear program. Donald Trump ripped up the deal and ended up giving them 10 years to work on a bomb. 10 years to bring that bomb to bear. And in the last 10 years, brother, they done stepped it. They may already have the bomb. They may already have the bomb and be able to put it on those missiles, because they're definitely going to be a part of this war. So now he's coming back to them and saying, you know, okay, let's make a deal. 10 years later, you want to make a deal now? Well, guess what? It might be too late. It might just be too late. They had 10 years to build up all types of weapons and all that, and it was the Lord that did it to help bring us closer to this third world war. And that's why, brothers and sisters, now's the time to turn to the Father.
That's right.
Don't look at this world and the evil that's going on. This world was written off 5,000 years ago, before it even got off the ground. Before a white man came out of the cave, this kingdom was written off, man. It was already prophesied that this kingdom will be wiped the hell out. Let's do Ezekiel 38 if we could.
Come on.
And bring in this prophecy if we could, Muhammad. Stop me anytime.
Yeah, please, sir. Turn on. Asher, you have it?
Ezekiel 38 and what verse, sir?
Start at 1.
Khan. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog.
And if I could, notice how this chapter is starting with the Lord coming to a prophet of God. Ezekiel was a man of the Lord, raised up by the Most High, like many of you brothers are in the truth right now. Like, you are prophets of the Lord. Muhammad is a prophet of the Lord sitting in front of you. These are prophets of God. You take them lightly. You just listen to their words, many of you out there, like it's not a big deal. We told you about it. And let me tell you something, man. The mouths are quiet of all those that said, you niggas always looking for something from the sky. You eating that right now. You eating that right now. All your ambitions, all these Negroes on there like, yeah, later for them Israelites. You know what I mean? Get your financial situation straight. Invest in this blockchain or this investment or this. All that talk, all that meant nothing, man. You about to have rolling blackouts, cyber attacks, bank accounts stripped to zero. All your civil rights gone. It meant nothing. It meant nothing, but everything that we said meant something. It came from the Lord. And it was the Lord's love for these 12 tribes, man. And now you better put the Lord first, because that's your way out of this hell. You got to go to the prophets and be raised up by them, which is exactly what they did back then. For those of you that may not know out there, StreamYard is down across the entire country. You think it ain't going there? Muhammad, you niggas off the slide. You on here showing your behind. You black women, you clapping your cheeks together. Clap, 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 clap all day. You worse than BET was. Your cheeks are on the whole planet.
Oh, Lord.
You understand? Big shout out to General Haas. Haas, I'm going to get that one. Your cheeks everywhere. You boasted killing and murdering and every evil thing. Kirk Franklin was popping his rod on stage at the BET Awards. So much so that Kevin Hart had to say something. He had to laugh like, damn, I thought it was about God. Meanwhile, this nasty fool who says he plays his piano nude and does so much deviance on the piano, he don't even want you to sit on the bench. If you come to my house, don't sit on the piano bench. And that's not to preserve his Steinway. Not at all. That's to spread, germs. Come on, man. That's to spread germs. Okay? That's what we've been watching. We've been watching sodomites like Eddie Long, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and this latest horrible, vile sodomite, this old Jamal Bryant and Kirk and all. This is what we've been inundated with. This is what we spent our time on the internet doing. And guess what? Now StreamYard is off. Nobody's getting it now. And listen, and it'll be more things. It'll be more. It'll get all the way to the point where lights are a luxury. Lights will be a luxury in about a minute. To have a light in your house will be a luxury. And this is all because the Lord is bringing this world to an end and bringing the new world to come in. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. If I could, Muhammad, go a couple more verses on this.
Please.
Down to that war. I don't want to hog up your time.
No, please. I'm done.
This topic is so much.
I'm done anyway. Salakia, sir. The water.
Most High in Christ. There's so much on this topic and so much in this time. This is a time to be sober-minded, according to the scriptures. You got to be sober-minded right now. You understand? And let me tell you something. White people are scared to death. Don't be fooled by them. Oh, you ain't going to have too many Karens this week. Don't even worry about it. You might get the door open for you. You're definitely going to get a thank you and an excuse me, and I appreciate it. You're going to get all that this week because they are scared to death. They're scared to death that this is the end of their kingdom, and they know they got a maniac running the damn show. Let's go on, Ashar.
Khan, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
Right, you're still in the second verse. The chief princes of Meshech and Tubal. And all this Gog and Magog is Russia. Turkey is getting ready to get in it too. Unbeknownst. Remember, we call them before anybody even suspects them. And we calling them because they in the Bible. Esau done tried to turn these scriptures around and make all these people other people except him. But it is him. And it's about to be on. And this is for all the marbles. Here's the thing. This is for everything. If they could shut down Iran, they got Syria, they got Lebanon. If they shut down Iran, that leaves, they got already stopped Syria. That means that leaves Russia wide open. That means they can push their European forces on them on one side, and they can come up from the south, wipe out the Houthis, and then Iran is isolated. And they'll subjugate Iran if they have an opportunity. You'll be having Christmas in Iran. Tehran, they'll be in there. There'll be hookers in Tehran, shaking their behind on a pole like they doing in Dubai. You know what I mean? They'll have private, whorehouses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now in Dubai, they taking black women from over here. They bring you all the way to the other side of the world in Dubai, strip you butt naked, pay you about 10 G's, and they don't pay you 10 G's to have sex with you. No. Oh, that'd be too easy.
No.
The demon on them say, nah, we don't want to have sex. We want to take a dump on you.
That's right.
I kid you not.
That's right.
Right or wrong, General?
Under one kind. That's a fact.
That's what they do in there, over there. They show you all those super tower paradise in the desert.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. They taking black women over there as prostitutes and telling her we give 10 G's to come on over to Dubai and dance and have sexual things. But the Arabs don't want to sleep with them. They just want to take a dump on them. So they got to lay down while all the falafel in hell comes down on your face. What? You think the Lord ain't gonna destroy this world? They gonna have all that what's that old white sauce they like? Tahini sauce.
Tahini sauce.
All that diarrhea coming down on your head. They said them sisters come back to the United States so humiliated out. They just stay in the house for 3 months. They can't even come outside. They spend that 10 grand from the house because they cannot be seen by anybody. They so humiliated when they come back from over there. This is what goes on in the planet, and the Lord's chosen was never supposed to go through this. This, the holy people, are never supposed to be put out there to do these kinds of things. But the Lord said they would sell, how to go? Sell a boy for wine.
That's right. Come to one come.
Sell a girl to be a harlot.
That's right.
Well, they fulfilled their end of the prophecy in all manner of evil. And now the Most High is walking us to the fulfillment of his prophecy, man. Now's the time, again, to be holy, to be separate, to lay up your folly ground. If you a sister out there hoeing, you better stop hoeing. You better turn to the Lord. You better say, okay, I had my fun or whatever evil you thought you was doing, and you better stop it. You a brother out there, you robbing and stealing and harming other people. You better stop. You better stop now, because listen, like the scripture said, the devil is coming down on you knowing he have but a little time. They know what's coming. They know they got to go tango with China. They know that. And they scared to death to have you on the streets. They know you're going to outnumber them if they leave the Mexicans here, because the Mexicans have 4 or 5 babies out, and them Mexican women are experts at raising up children.
That's right.
They are experts at it, damn near naturally raise up children. Them brothers get up early in the morning, leave out the house, and they go all day working till the nighttime. And brother, you better not knock on that door and act like you trying to get with his woman or something. She will shank you the minute the door crack.
That's right.
Because they roll and build them babies up and make them strong. And not just them. The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, Benjamin known for that. Raising up them families. Backyard. They take whole neighborhoods over. Go up there to the Bronx, Brooklyn, different areas. Levi, the Haitians also. Yeah. All the 12 tribes are going to do damage in the earth in terms of being perfect. So if you in that evil side, call it a show. And especially if your immigration status is a question, you out there selling drugs and you know that you could end up on a barge somewhere in 90 degrees with no air conditioner, being fed bread and water every other day. You better wake up and see what, listen, go back and look at this. You know what you got to pull up? If I could, General, pull up. We don't have to do it, but brothers and sisters should do this. You should stop listening to them special forces guys. Them old guys, yeah, we was over there and we went into the village and we smoked the guy. And the guy, I didn't even know a guy was coming up behind me. I hit him from heart.
Right.
Stop listening to them. Them niggas is lying. Okay? Yeah. All of them is lying. Don't listen to them. Go listen to the old World War II soldiers. Yeah. Them old cats sitting in the chair. Go let them tell you what war is like. They'll tell you what war is like. They'll tell you, yeah, we didn't know we couldn't eat for 3 days and survive.
That's it.
We would go 3 days and not eat, and they would give us then a morsel of rotten bread. Go listen to them Vietnam vets. War is filthy, and it's coming. Why? Because the Lord wants to free the 12 lost tribes and loves the 12 lost tribes. Loves them. Like, this is his inheritance. That's like him going to get, the Lord is like going to get his kids out of DHS.
That's right.
He's going to get his children out of DHS. Like, y'all took my kids? What's going on? Yeah, release them. And now these 12 tribes got to be released. Salakia, go ahead. I don't want to burn up the time. Go ahead. Salakia. He's starting at 4, right, Ashar?
Khan, sir.
Go ahead, warrior.
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army.
Right. There was a time Russia was trying to. One time Russia was against them in the 60s.
That's right.
Then remember they got together with Russia. The empire fell.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to come together. Boris Yeltsin and them, they were trying to get together with Reagan, trying to make it one country. Everybody thought, oh, man, the Cold War is over. We're going to come together. We're going to make money. Then Russia got turned back around. They thought they could make a move by using Ukraine to attack Russia because Russia went back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They made their move. Now Russia's bombing Ukraine into the Stone Age. They bombing them Ukrainians wholesale, trying to wipe them off the map. Right now, remember now, Russia got more nuclear weapons than America right now.
Mm.
That's what's going on right now. So they went, now they've been turned back. And this turning back, man, these hooks that the Lord got in their jaws, these hooks is going to make them Russians just like they was during World War II.
That's right.
The Russians can fight. The Russians fought Hitler, brother, with all his power. He went up in there. They said they was in there fighting, and the Nazis were eating their horses.
That's right.
Feel that for a minute. They was smoking horse meat to survive. They was coming in. They had to come in on Mounties because the snow was so high. They could barely get a vehicle in. So they came in on Mounties. The Russians held them off so bad. Brother, they got up in there and cooked them horses to survive and barely made it the hell up out of there when they had to surrender in that war. So you're going to get the best of the Russians in this round coming up right here. You understand? And you better hope the Afghanistanians don't join them because it's going to be a mess. The Pakistanians is already in there with it. So it's going to be a mess that comes down. Go ahead. And India has just found out that the Pakistani military can shoot down all of their aircraft like it's nothing. So much so that the aircraft manufacturers called Pakistan and said, listen, man, we know y'all shooting down our planes, but can y'all go easy and shoot down the other planes? Because you're giving us such a bad reputation. Nobody will buy up. You're going to put us out of business. The Pakistani said, we sorry, man. Whatever they put up, we take down.
Sir, if you know, a plane from India crashed today.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? 200 people died.
That's right.
250 people died. It's on. Now, I don't know if that was from them having to divert or from being shot down. We don't know yet. It'll come out eventually, but that's the level. That's the playing field. 250 people at a clip. This is the end of the world, and thanks be to the Lord that it is. Damn right. Now, don't call it full nuke yet. I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'll tell you even ahead of time if I could.
Please.
What we're looking for right now is to see if, first of all, Iran's response. See if it's a real response, and see the damage. When we wake up tomorrow, we're gonna see what level of attack was this. Was it a real attack? Are they really trying to destroy them? Did they just hit a few sites and go home? Or is this the full-out war? And what is going to be Iran's response? Iran's response is going to mean everything, because if they escalate into this war, we're looking to see Saudi Arabia get invaded. Saudi Arabia gets invaded, you better buy you plastic water barrels and a generator. And some goddamn, I don't know what you eat, Rice Krispies or whatever you can eat that don't need no milk or no water. I don't know, cookies, whatever. You can box that up with the water and shalom, because that's where you're gonna be at if they invade Saudi Arabia. Because the next is the oil, then the power plants, then the lights and the water, then the cyber attack, and all of this is gonna be just where the Lord wants to take it. Their backs are going to be against the wall. Nuclear war is coming. Let me read it down if I could, Ashar. I'm jumping in. Just trying to keep that time a little short. Go ahead. Tell them where you at.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Khan, sir, I can hear you. Just a second, Salakia.
Say again? Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
So we can hear you. Shayala is doing something on a tech side, sir. If you could,
Okay,
sir.
ain't no sweat. I'll get Moroccan running for me. Hang
Colonel,
with me a second. I'm in Ezekiel 38, chapter 4 verse.
Colonel McCon, sir, I
Go
got
ahead,
it.
read it. Nah.
All of them clothed with all sorts of armor,
Go ahead.
even a great company with bucklers and shields. All of them handling swords.
So the Russian army's already up and ready. All of them handling swords. All of them carrying all type of weapons. Somebody just killed 2 Iranian nuclear scientists. They suspect the Israelis. Somebody just smoked 2 of them. That means them Rangers is in there. The Rangers is in there, and that's what their specialty is. Sabotage, blowing stuff up, killing people by sniper. So that means they've been laying on them scientists, waiting for the war to jump off. The war jumped off. They went right to them scientists and smoked them scientists. So they're trying to control the battle and trying to only take out their nuclear capability. They don't want a full-out war with Iran. So this may just be the latest skirmish to take us to the next level. We'll see, because it depends on Iran's response. Iran has hypersonic missiles. They are very difficult to shoot down. And bad boys move at 3,000 miles an hour. You can almost not even see them with the naked eye when they come by. It's like that. It's a flash when that joint come by. That's how fast them rockets are. When they hit right. And if they can put nukes on them, you know we really at that stage. So let's see how it goes.
Sir, if I could,
please.
If you like, I have a series of tweets that kind of breaks down what's going on right now.
I'll come back to him if it's all right.
Count out of one kind.
Let's ride. It breaks down what's going on in Iran.
Kind of like the news.
Yeah,
up
go
here.
ahead, read them. We'll take them.
We have reports that the military has. Slack, trying to pull this up real quick.
Let me let Knock read one verse while you pulling them up.
Colonel,
Read the 5th verse. This is an important verse for us. If you want to understand the playing field of this war, then this verse gives you a great insight of. Remember, Gog and Magog, we're talking about Russia and the lower Eastern Bloc countries along with Turkey, right? Now, here's where they're going to get help at. In the Middle East, in this area. Read.
Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 5. Persia.
That's Iran. You don't get clearer than this. Yeah. Persia is Iran. Next country.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is on the side of Africa, but the people in Yemen are right across from that horn, right across from Ethiopia. And many of them are part of that family. And that is the Houthi territory. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. In Libya, with them.
And Libya with them. You ready for the well, let me finish 5. And Libya with them. Libya gonna come back out of the darkness and join the Russian side. Because remember, Gaddafi was trying to set up something like the BRICS also. Now the Libyans are gonna now take their country back, and they're gonna side with the Russians. So the world is getting ready to get split up down that line, and it's gonna be hell and mayhem on this earth. Read on.
Come. And all of them with the shield and helmet.
Meaning all of them will be prepared for war. All of them are gearing up for war right now. They building AK-47s, all that. You heard that they making the drones out with 3D printers. I could not believe it. With 3D printers, they making them drones that they flying over there in Russia and in Ukraine. They making them on a printer. Each part. They got a printer for each part, and they running it down. And when they finish, they put all the parts together, screw them all together, test it, and fly that joint with a bomb on it. Go ahead, Marab.
Lucky, sir. They've been making houses in Dubai with a 3D printer for a while.
Dang. They can make a house. Go ahead.
They make the foundations of the cribs in Dubai so cheap and then sell them.
See that?
They've been doing that for a while.
So you know you can't stop this happening. They 3D printing guns, 3D printing bomb casings, 3D printing drones. You can't stop this. It's out of the hand. And listen, wait till people start building them robots that are not of the government. Oh, then you're gonna see a mess on your hand. They're gonna bring out robots, and these robots ain't gonna be controlled by the government. They're gonna be controlled by some individual with a damn headset on, and that's gonna be hell. And they got drones. I watched today. They had drones with machine guns on them. Kids flying them around in their backyard, and these things got a machine gun on them. So forget about it. What we looking at, Ashar?
These are videos of the strikes in Tehran.
The capital, huh?
Like, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. This is you were just speaking to Aishayala. This is Ashar Gapan now, sir.
Oh, okay. Ashar, yeah, he's up there with you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. He is. So, sir, what do you foresee is going to happen next with this taken into consideration?
Okay. You mean according to the prophecy?
Yes, sir.
Scriptures. What could happen? First of all, I'm looking at that video. That video footage don't look rich enough. That video footage looks, like this is just a come to the table, or we gonna bring the big guns out on you. This don't look like, we're gonna take this country down. We're gonna see by if you holding the announcement. But here's what this has to happen. Yeah. This is what we're looking for. We're looking to see Iran get bombed. That's what we've been saying it for the longest. And if Iran gets bombed, Iran is going to bomb Saudi Arabia. That's your pool table. Boop, bank shot. Hit Iran, Iran hit Saudi Arabia. Iran and Yemen and the Houthis, meaning Iran and the Houthis go and hit Saudi Arabia. I mean, hit them hard. And when they hit them, we now in a oil war. We ain't went nuclear, but we done went to the oil now. Now the oil's on the table, which means problems for everybody when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz. So that's what we're looking for. And if it don't happen now, it'll come back up. First of all, they got to respond to this. Yes. They changed their policy when the Israelis hit them the first time. So now they have to respond. And their response, is going to be rough because they're going to get a response from Syria, a response from Lebanon, a response from Beirut, which is in Lebanon. They're going to get a response from the Houthis and from Iran. The question is, how sweet will that response be? Because that didn't look like, to me, you was trying to wipe their country out. You know what I mean? That just looked like you sending a message, which is what that looks like. So, but that's what we're looking for. We are looking for Iran to either be invaded or the response to an invasion that escalates the war so much that they have to cut off the oil. And they'll have to cut it off. Why? Because America, Israel, everybody needs the oil to run their planes, their ships. Yeah. So they'll cut them off and make them have to use their reserves. Go ahead,
If I could, sir, would the reserves be Venezuela and Alaska? Would they have anything to do with it?
No, they're reserves oils. The United States has underground millions and millions of acres. Yeah. This beast knows what he's doing. He has millions and millions of acres of oil underneath his country, underneath America, and those are his reserves. Meaning, if all else fails, if they cut off all the oil in the world, he got enough oil to fight like 2-3 years. Yeah. And run all his planes and ships, jets, everything for years. And then on top of that, they've been switching over to that fracking. That fracking is giving them natural gas, which they send into us, selling to the people. And then it's giving them also oil, which is they're allowing to put in their reserves or selling or whatever they may be doing. You know what I mean? All over the country. Even in Pennsylvania, they fracking. Yeah. They're doing that all over in all kind of places. They're going up on the North American Indians territory. They stepping up into them. They fracking their oil. They're doing all that. Donald Trump wants to get rid of all those regulations so that none of they big boy corporations have to be hindered from robbing and stealing all the oil and natural gas and all that, man. The Israelite school, UPK, we almost ended up buying some fracking landmines. We almost had a deal. We couldn't pull it off. We tried to get it off. We using the prophecies, getting in on some of this money too. What, y'all think I'm just sitting there reading scriptures to y'all? Listen, I'm finna invest in whatever they got over there and get wiped the hell out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not investing all of it. You know what I mean? Like, don't they use insider information? Well, we got information. That's how we do it. Okay? Because this whole world, the Lord gonna wipe out and raise up the king. And it's beautiful because he's gonna raise up. He's switching the like leave it to them. This will go on, and before you know it, it'll be America and China. They'll rule the whole world, enslave everybody, and 5 or 10 years down the line, they'll know one of us got to go to war to be the king of the whole planet. They'll go to war. One of them will win, and then whoever that is wins will enslave the entire planet, and that would be it. Nobody would be able to come against them. Just like many kings in the past, nobody could come against them. The Babylonian Empire was ridiculous. Right. It ruled damn near the whole known world. Right. The Persians and the Medes, they ruled almost the whole known world. You know what I mean? 128 provinces from all the way down from India all the way up to Turkey. They ruled everything in between. That's a big ass empire. And they were probably the only empire that had a little mercy on us. Remember, Darius freed us, go back and build the temple. You know what I mean? And also raised up Daniel once they overthrew the Babylonian Empire. But now everybody got to fall into the prophecy that's coming for each one of them. They ain't got no choice. They ain't getting out of it. Nobody's getting away. So to answer the brother's question in brief, that's what we're looking for. Like we were looking to see what was going to happen with Iran. And now we see on the surface. And it's going to get bad. Even if it looks a certain way, this war is not going to be fought conventionally like you see. Planes coming over, bombing your country. They in every country. They got all kind of armies in all these countries with all type of weapons and devices. And things. It's going to be crazy. Let me let the
If I could, sir.
See, that looks like a very, very measured response.
Yeah.
Because you would see the lights out in that city, bombs hitting all over the place, unless it's just the beginning. You know what I mean? Maybe they just sending in a few. We'll know before the morning. But let me go home back to this if I could, y'all.
Kind of one come.
Y'all good with that?
Kind of one come.
All right, let me read down just a little bit in 38, and we'll pivot off of it. All right.
Kind of one.
But that's what we're looking for. What happens with Iran, and then what happens after that? The Lord said these countries would be in it. Read the 6th verse. Slaki, the brother, I think is reading. Go ahead, Al.
And if I could, real quick, a quick shout out to the Cross Line Radio audience joining us. We're now streaming on all channels.
Kind of one.
Verse 6: Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarma of the north quarters.
Let me tell you something about France. All of those areas over there, they're going to turn sides. You're about to see some Edomites switch sides before your eyes. Now watch what I'm saying. You're going to see the French bail out. They already said we can't allow our future to depend on how the United States wants our future to go. The rest of Europe is going to try to side with America. They are going to switch. Not only are they going to switch, but the French in Canada are going to switch sides as well. So get ready for that. Get ready to see. The country may split. That I don't know about. It's not in the prophecy, but just looking at the playing field, don't be surprised if Canada splits. Even if they don't announce this is a split, you're going to see it by their actions that the French side breaks And if them and France are going to go against this whole Western side, and that's going to be more into the battle. Go ahead, 7th verse. Go ahead.
Con. Be thou
Hold on,
prepared.
stand by one. Go ahead, now, real quick.
If I could, sir, that has been a rumor for a very long time.
Yes, yeah. It's been a rumor because they read the prophecy, so they know that this thing could happen. Well, we're here to tell them it's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. Go ahead, Art.
Salaki, sir, if I could.
Go ahead, Art.
The reports are coming in that several of the top members of the Iranian government have been killed in these strikes.
Sounds like a possible takeover.
Yikes.
Sounds like a takeover. Sounds like they're trying to take their whole country. It's getting ready to get rough.
Khan, sir, verse 7.
Got 75 million Iranians over there. Gonna have to kill a whole lot of them to get that country. 75 million of them. That's a lot. Go ahead,
Khan, sir, verse 7. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself.
Right.
Thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee.
Right. The Lord is saying in these scriptures, be prepared for them to switch and come to your side, and watch over them when they do. Like bring them in. Let them become part of this third world's war battle. Go ahead.
And be thou a guard unto them. Verse 8. After many days thou shalt be visited.
After many days, we in this time now. Those many days are coming, they're clicking off. Yeah. All that you see going on in this earth, these prophecies are clicking off. Click, 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 click. And something else is happening before your eyes as well. The word of the Most High is going out to the 12 tribes. All the tribes are waking up.
That's
right. Camps and brothers and sisters waking up all over the places more than you know. Many, many, many of our people are believing the truth, but can't come out and say it for their job's sake, for fear of Esau, for whatever they may be going through. But as we get closer to this end, they're going to break from Esau and start to serve the Most High and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Change the way they dress, change the way they eat. They're going to start to do things that move them in the right direction with the Lord. Go ahead, Op.
Sir, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword.
Go ahead.
And is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel.
They're going to come in back into this land, brother, and gathered out of many people because they're not us. These is other nations all up in there, got mixed in like a mess. Go ahead.
Which have been always waste. But it is
always waste, meaning it didn't have us in there. So everybody establishing themselves in the land has always been a waste. Whether it was Palestinians, Israelis, whoever it was, the British was in there one time. Yeah. Now the Americans pretty much are in there. America and Israel is one. But all of it, none of them have been the chosen people of the Lord. The Lord gonna claim his inheritance, man.
That's right.
He gonna get his inheritance and he gonna get his people. He got a plan for his family, just like you got a plan for yours. When you have children, you send them to school, you put away money for the future. You understand? You do all the things. You get them a tutor if they need it. You do what you need to do because you got plans for your family.
That's right.
And you want to see it a success. Well, guess what? The Lord feels the same way. He got plans for his family. And he wants to see it established the way he wants it established. And it's going to be that way. Go ahead. I'll tell him what verse you're in.
Khan, verse 8. Salakia, sir, verse 9. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands. And many,
which means they're gonna raise up soldiers out and start invading with large numbers of soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to start invading each other's countries with, you're going to wake up and hear in the news, so-and-so sent 50,000 troops here. Such and such sent 100,000 troops there. You're going to hear so-and-so amassed 75,000 troops on the border. You're going to see them being moved into this position. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 10. Thus saith the Lord God, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. Verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited.
You know what they're talking about? They're talking about going into Saudi Arabia, brother. They're talking about going into that Middle East and taking over all those areas over there, all them old little countries on the edge of Africa, Mogadishu and all that, all in the other Arab countries that's quiet as a mouse right now, Oman, and what's the one Saddam Hussein tried to invade?
Kuwait.
Not Yemen, because that's the Houthis, but all those other little countries that's sitting there, they're coming in to get all that. Anyone that sides with America, all that Dubai, all that they're getting ready to invade all them countries. Before you know it, the whole Middle East will be packed solid with troops and preparing for war, and tensions will be ridiculously high. And that's when they're gonna begin to realize this is out of control.
Yeah,
we can't control it no more. It's going south, and you'll see Edomites trying to get in their bunkers in the desert, get off the planet. The old bunkers underneath the ocean they're gonna be trying to go down there. They'll be trying to get the hell away from what they know is inevitably going to happen, which would be global thermonuclear war. Go ahead, Salaki, and I'll get back to those reports. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You had not to. I thought you had a question. No, go ahead. Please, give me a little more.
Khan, sir. And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land.
Go ahead.
Verse 13, Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof.
And when it says Sheba, it's talking about the side of Yemen that is now against the Houthis. You know, Yemen is divided. You got one side that's run by the Iranians, run them. That's the ones that's shutting down them ships and all that. But then the other side of Sheba is run by the Yemenis, who are friends with the Saudi Arabians. And the Saudi Arabians, that area is called Dedan. So when it says that they're going to go into Sheba and Dedan and step into them countries, that's what it's talking about. That's the prophecy we looking for. Because after that prophecy is all-out war in the Middle East to the death. It'll be all the marbles is on the table. It'll be to the death. I'm gonna get two more quick ones, Myman.
Please, sir.
On this one, did you, Shaw? Did y'all have footage you wanted to show us or something like that before I go to it? Because I'm gonna pull two more up for you if I could.
Sir, that was all.
That was it on that. Okay, let's get it in. Sorry, I'm trying to look for it right now. Get Isaiah, you know my favorite, Isaiah 47:1. Right, and then we'll do Joel as well, the 3rd chapter. But right now, let's get a little Isaiah 47:1. The Lord is pouring out them vials now. We're gonna see that was looking, if they killing a ton of the Israeli leadership, I mean the Iranian leadership, that mean they're trying to take over that country. They just started that operation. So we're gonna see what happens. We ain't seen no rockets fly into Israel yet. We're gonna see how it go from here. Go ahead.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Come sit in the dust. Like the scripture said, the serpent crawled on the ground. He's telling Esau to do the same. No matter what power you see Esau in, don't be moved by that power. Because the Lord said it in what is it, Obadiah, that he may not rise. Nor, right. I think it's Isaiah, right? where he was. Is it Isaiah or Obadiah?
Isaiah 14.
Isaiah, that's right. That he do not rise nor fill the face of the world with cities again. Now that's the Lord's word. You can't play with that. That's his prophecy through Obadiah, and I'm sorry, through Isaiah. You can't get around that. So it's going to happen. So read 47:1. We'll catch a couple of these scriptures, then we'll go to Joel.
Isaiah
Maybe
47.
a little Revelation if we can get some of that in.
Go
ahead.
Yes, sir. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
And it's a virgin daughter because there's never been, ain't nobody violated her yet.
Yeah.
You can't, this country ain't been violated. Them Edomites talking all tough. The ones that been in war, they know what they talking about. But them ones that's in these militias and these different groups, like Esau has been able to marauder the earth so long that he's so comfortable, especially when he can come home and beat and kill us. And he keeps us poor enough, starving enough, and unarmed enough to just have his fun when he decides. He have his fun when he decides. He can just always roll on us. But them days are going to change. This country is filled with people from all over the world, and they part of armies, and they've experienced war. That little African that you see next to you, that's skinny as hell, and he quiet as hell, and you see he walking slow. Yeah, when they go up in his house, the gun's going to be piled up to the damn ceiling. You're going to have a whole army of cats that's with him that you don't never see. They don't visit his house, nothing. But when things jump off, they coming over there to get their guns, their ammunition, all of that. It's going to be a real bloodbath in this country. The Lord said, sit on the ground. Go ahead.
There is no throne, O daughter.
There is no throne. You ain't going to rule no more. Your rulership is over. The rulership of the empires of this world are going to belong to Christ. Christ wants all of it. He wants the gold, the silver. He wants the land, the brass, the steel. He wants all of that.
Yeah.
He wants your sons and daughters to work off the robbery. No, thank you. To work off the, you know what? I'll take one. Thank you. So to work off, can I get a cup of ice too? Water. To work off the slavery that you created. That's what he wants. He wants you to be forced to pay back what you stole from the 12 tribes of Israel, to set the whole earth in order. That's what he wants. And everybody's paying. Nobody's getting away. Nobody's getting away with nothing. And it's going to happen. Go ahead. Tell them what verse you're in.
Concert, still in verse 1.
Go ahead.
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right. Daughter of the Chaldeans, meaning this country was built exactly like Babylon was built in the past. And again, the Chaldeans were Abraham's people. They were wise as hell. They were full of wisdom. They found libraries in Iran filled with, books upon books upon books of all kind of science and technology and all type of stuff that they was into. That's where they get all this Anunnaki bullshit from. Excuse my French. All of that BS from. They went and dug all that up out of these libraries. So these cats was wise. They wasn't no slouch.
Yeah.
This is the daughter of those people. And they're wise too. Esau got plenty of technology, plenty of wisdom in how to be evil, and built him a great, wonderful empire. And it is the daughter of that ancient empire that got destroyed by the Persians and the Medes. Read on up.
Concert. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
You no longer going to be looked at as tender and delicate. You're going to no longer, because that's how America's looked at now. Let's go surfing and partying and, eating in the restaurants. And thank you so much, Josh. Eating in the restaurants and let's do this and that. That's how people view America, like a golden paradise.
Yeah.
But not no more. They're going to realize this is not that anymore. The Lord going to change the face of this kingdom. Come on with it, nice and loud.
Con, verse 2. Take the millstones.
That's right.
And grind meal.
Right. Your millstone, for you, those of you that may not know, is a big old wheel. And they got a pole running through the wheel. And they push this wheel okay, inside the mill so that they can grind up the wheat, grind it all up to turn it into flour so that they can make bread and certain things like that. That's what a millstone is, and that's what a mill does. Well, the Lord is saying, this is good for us as well, because the Lord is saying, take the millstone and grind meal. Meaning, in other words, get ready to prepare for food shortages.
Yeah.
Get ready to prepare for the food being cut off. You understand? Every brother in every city, think like this. When we was in ancient Egypt, right? And we were trying to get ourselves free, Pharaoh said, now you got to make brick without straw. And the scripture said we all ran around everywhere trying to get straw up.
Yeah.
So that we could make the bricks the same brick count so we could get paid and survive. Well, the Lord is saying the same way. Now, every brother and every sister should be having some, I'm not telling you to become, a prepper.
Yeah.
But get your mind out of carnality. You know what I mean? Don't go out there spending your money on something carnal when the world is falling apart. You know what I mean? Go ahead and have you 6 months or 3 months or even 2 months of food in the house. Have you, I went over a brother's house the other day. I went down in his basement. He had 10 cases of water stacked up to the ceiling. I said, you got a lot of water there, bro. He was like, yeah, man, I do listen to class. I said, shalom. You know what I'm saying, man? So we ain't got to go crazy with it. But now is the time for the grind meal, and especially for them. Like Esau is doing that now. They even showed it. Even when the riots came, they was bringing in trucks and bringing in all kind of gear and food, preparing to battle on these streets because they knew that it was coming.
Sir, if I could,
please,
you could use your weed budget into getting provisions for emergency time. Right?
That's a big budget.
Oh, that's a big budget, sir.
That's about $500, $600 a month.
Yeah, on one cut.
That's a big budget. You do that for 3 months. That's almost 2 G's worth of stored food.
Yeah.
And cheap as rice is, it may not fit in the damn house. It certainly be better than that weed.
Kind of one cut.
You saying it's so right, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg.
That uncover thy locks, make bare the leg is like prepare yourself with your gear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop trying to act dainty, but uncover the leg. Get that leg out there to get to work. Because you get ready to grind. You ain't gonna have on a tight, slim skirt looking untouchable. You're gonna have to bare that leg so you can get to work. You understand, in preparing this country for the Lord's destruction. Go ahead, Al.
Right.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Their nakedness gonna be uncovered. And brother, that's a scary, frightening thing for white people. It has not been revealed yet. What the Lord is saying is he's going to show, like if you take a woman and you snatched her clothes off of her, she'd be embarrassed and feel vulnerable. Well, that's what's getting ready to happen in this country. Things are going to happen that's going to make people know that, damn, America's vulnerable, especially us. Our people, boy, like the scripture said, we sit up and play when it comes to Babylon. That's why we tried to go back when we left in the wilderness from Egypt, because for us, we done got comfortable having our master handle that business. Yeah. Like our master handles the war. Our master handles running the country. We fight for jobs while the master sits up there and deals with that nation and that world power and, and the economic system of the country. And they do that. They set up the laws. And all we do is go to work, get high, party on their holidays. We are comfortable being the slave. Like the scripture said in Deuteronomy, he shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. We comfortable being the tail. Well, guess what? The Lord is saying you ain't gonna be the tail no more. You better, that's why it's good and wise. You ever hear people say, I don't like to watch the news, there's too much tragedy. Those are people who are not ready to be in charge. That's right. Like you're not ready. Like somebody got to watch the news. because somebody got to know what to do with the enemy. But you choose to just get high and not watch the news, so to close your eyes to reality.
Yeah.
And by closing your eyes to reality, you're able to just get high, party, and most importantly, you're able to sin without repercussion. You're able to sin and get high and rob, and you do all those things. You know why? Because you never think to yourself, I need that brother if war breaks out.
That's right.
You don't look at him for that. You look at him like, if war breaks out, Master gonna send the troops. He'll send the troops. That's who will go to war. When, brother, you should not think like that anymore. Because anything is gonna happen. That leg and that thigh is about to be uncovered. Go ahead, Op. What time you got?
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy what?
Thy shame shall be seen.
Shame shall be seen. And you know what that shame is? That shame is what he's done to us for 400 years.
Yeah.
That shame, in other words, just like the Israelis was looking like they was the holy people until they start slaughtering them Palestinians. Well, what they doing with our brothers and sisters under ICE now is taking away the white man's view like a just person. That's why people confused. You see them saying, I don't understand why they doing this. We ain't did nothing. We ain't no criminals. Because you didn't understand what kind of animal was ruling over you. You didn't know that the man ruling over you, he could care less about his own law. He don't care about nothing but what the Lord said he cared about. Eating that red porridge.
That's right.
That's what was important to him. What was important to him was when he came out them woods with nothing, near death, that he ate that Jacob gave him that red porridge. And he would have traded anything for it, because that's more important to him than anything. So your laws and the things you thought you had rights for, you don't have no rights under them in their mind, because what they want is to eat. And we should be following the scriptures. The scripture said, agree with thine adversary while thou art in the way.
That's right.
Don't be trying to tell the cop, you know you can't have my ID. And then he busts your window up, you quiet, while he dragging you out the damn car. What's going on? I ain't do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. He's your enemy. You don't have to do anything for him to stop you. You are his enemy. You think you are part of America, you blind. You should wake up and see that you're not. You get pulled over, get a man an ID. That's all. You take you to jail, call the school.
That's it.
That's all. We'll fight him in court or do whatever it got to do. But you being safe and not being simple, trying to have rights according to America. All these old fools talking about they are sovereign citizen. I don't have my picture on my driver's license. I'm a sovereign citizen. All kind of science and stupid shit. You know what I mean? Tie you up for 10. You ain't paid your mortgage for 10 years. And of course, you think you're going to go on and on and on. You go to court one day, and the judge be about time. He done had a drink last night. His wife forced him. He was no simple ass. He been looking at your dumb ass for 10 years, talking about science of so-and-so and this and the that and the that. Your house is gone. Your house is gone. Pay your goddamn mortgage.
That's it.
Can't pay it, sell the house. You know what I mean? Learn brotherhood and sisterhood, and guess what? We wouldn't have to pay any mortgages. You know why? Because you go get loans from the brotherhood.
That's right.
For your house, you paying all this high interest and all this. You understand? Overpaying. If you buy a house in America for $100,000 with a 30-year mortgage, you know how much you pay at the end of that 30 years? $300,000.
That's the
You
fact.
pay 3 times the amount you paid for that house. The house is $150,000, $450,000, excuse me, over 30 years. You wonder why you poor? You poor because, and they tell you, you poor because you ain't managing your money. You got to invest in this and invest in that. Everybody went and jumped on the board and invested in the Bitcoin. Everybody lost every quarter. Well, I was in there counseling 2 people at a time, damn near. Tears from the Bitcoin with the hold on, the Lord is going to be with you. You know, get your money right. Now the Bitcoin is back. Trump is over the Bitcoin. You invest in the Bitcoin now, you're gonna make plenty of cash. So they say. You know what I mean? Sound like it could be another hustle. Of course, they're thieves. So that's all they know how to do. So the point is, get your head right in how to move in this kingdom. Your survival is everything now. Black men are going to be more needed, Latino men, Native Indian men. You're going to be more needed than your rights to answer a question from a stinking murderer. The Lord said he beareth not that sword in vain. You busy trying to hold on to some rights that you done been gassed up to thinking that, you know, are yours. Let me tell you something. You're going to break the law. You know why? You know why you're going to break the law in the future? You're going to break the law in the future to survive.
That's it.
Because that's what he's going to do to this kingdom.
That's
You
it.
understand? You're not a criminal? You got a clean criminal record? Wonderful. You will have a criminal record whether they know about it or not in the near future.
Count on one count.
Understand? That's why it said in the scriptures, Gideon threshed wine by the wine press.
That's right.
Keep it from the Midianites. Okay? And that's why Moses committed murder in the Egyptian empire unbeknownst. I'm not encouraging nobody to go out there and be a criminal, but you better understand that you're going to break the same laws that you think you're standing on. You're going to break those laws to feed your crying baby.
That's right.
This man don't care what happens to your babies. He don't care if they starve to death. He rather it. Now that he's decided it's time to get rid of you. Give me some more real quick. Salaki, yo. Running on.
Come on, sir. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
It's a beautiful scripture. The Lord said he's going to take vengeance on them for what's been done to us, and he's not going to meet him as a man. You don't got to go toe-to-toe with this man. That's not your job. Muhammad, you did a class on this a couple of weeks ago that was smoking, where you brought out how we don't have to fight our enemy. The other nations do have to fight their enemy because they don't have a God. You are going to get delivered by a God.
That's right.
So you don't have to go to war with these other nations. And today is proof positive. They had to go bomb Iran for their survival, when meanwhile they're trying to take away your life in America for so-called BS immigration. And you think you're in the worst situation. You ain't in the worst situation. They got to bomb countries to survive. All you got to do is duck an immigration guy. Maybe go hungry a little bit, trying to, because you can't go work at the factory. They raiding the damn factory. You got it good. This white man got to go bomb countries to try to keep his country. Because if he don't bomb them countries, he knows they'll bomb him.
That's right.
So he's in a worse situation. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Nak Salaki.
If I could, sir, real quick, I saw about 15 trucks on the turnpike today, all military trucks going into the city. You know what I'm saying? They was lock loaded and ready to go.
Oh, they're gonna lock this baby down.
All kind of stuff, sir.
Yeah,
they was ready to go.
This ain't a routine. This is not a repeat.
No.
This is new, and you should get your head on it being new out there. This is not the same. A lot of people gonna think it's the same. It's not the same. This is different. You going into hell right now because he's bringing hell because he knows he tastes the fall of his empire. He can taste it.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, man. He can taste it. Them Chinese, brother, they got, man, I heard an interview from a Chinese politician. He had no fear of America. They said, but don't you think you're going to have a problem with trying to move the way you moving over there with America? He said, what if you end up in a conflict with the United States of America? He said, you lose. The reporter got silent. He said, we got just as much aircraft carriers, just as much firepower, and you in our backyard. That is our land over there. He was ripping, and he didn't feel no, this is a politician with power. He didn't feel no, let me bridle my tongue because I'm talking to a reporter about America. Nah, he talked about America like, look, we just as powerful as you are. And you think America don't know that? They scared to death of China. You see, he backed up off them tariffs. They over there in London right now trying to talk about them tariffs because they know that you can do that to Mexico. You could even do it to Canada. You ain't doing it to China.
That's it.
You're going to back up off them tariffs in China because, of course, those are powerhouses. And guess what? The Lord going to raise you up to be the power. Blacks, Latino, Native Indian, the scripture said when you stand on your feet, fear fell over the earth.
That's right.
That's what he's scared of. He's scared that little Mexican that builds them houses in 2 weeks. Build you a 6-bedroom house in 2 weeks.
That's right.
All you hear, dang, 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 dang. In 2 weeks, you got the Taj Mahal in the middle of it.
That's right.
And he don't even break a sweat.
That's it.
Lunchtime, he sit down and eat that bowl, whatever that is his wife cooking. That shit got crack cocaine in that shit or something. You ever see them when they all sit around? There's a car pop open that little plastic container, and they got some old red saucy goodness. Whatever's in that bowl, you get some of that, you're gonna take over the world. He sit down, brother. He finished that. He get back up to get to work. It's on until it's over. Yeah, man. That's how they do. And listen, and all the tribes have them attributes. You know what I mean? In some way, like I said, he sit up there, brother, watching the football game every Sunday. You telling me he don't never say to himself, what if these black people rise up against us with all this skill and ability? Michael Jordan flying in the air on their ass. They mad as hell. LeBron, that's why they don't want you to raise your sons in that sports arena. So they know that's the takeover at that point. You know what I mean? So this day brings fear on him. But we should not be the ones afraid because we got it good. We don't even have to fight this man. He can try to bring hell on us. They tried to do it in ancient Egypt. They were throwing our babies in the river. In the Nile River. They talk about that Nile River. That Nile River filled with our babies.
That's right.
That's what's in that Nile River, filled with our babies. Just like the abortion clinic is filled with our babies. The Lord sees it. And this man gonna pay for that. You understand? Once again, whatsoever a man, and listen, I trust in the Most High. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And that's why every man, woman, and child in the UBK and in the truth, what you better sow now is repentance before the throne. You better sow repentance so that guess what? So you can reap forgiveness. You understand? You better sow humility and thankfulness before the Lord. So when you stand up to the battle, the Lord be with you. Nothing is not seen. He said, have I not made the eye? Can I not see? I made the eye. Nigga, you see? I see too. I made it. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So if he could see what every man does. And that's why every man got to repent, and go before the Lord and make yourself clean. Get right. You got beef with your brother, anything like that, clean that up.
That's right.
But now ain't the time to be, blind. Can I go on a little more, Muhammad?
Please, sir. Colonel One Come.
Race over, but I'll go a little bit more if we could. Go ahead, somebody get Joel 3rd chapter. We'll finish up with that maybe. Or let's go on to Revelation of Vials, or we could all do it on Monday. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name.
Right. That's why he said, I will not meet thee as a man, meaning I'm not going to deal with you the way you think I should in a conventional war. He would love. That's what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to be met as a man. He wants to rise us up so we ride in the streets and meet him like a man. That's what he wants because he believes he got more power and more ability, and we're divided and poor and have nothing to fight him with. So he wants to meet us as a man. When the Lord said, I'm not meeting you like that. I'm going to meet you through my power, meaning you're going to break into a war with Iran. Your economy going to get hit by China. your own people are going to turn against you. Them rioters out there, if you looked at their faces, those are Edomites.
That's right.
Them Edomites is out there mad as hell at Donald Trump. That's the whole Democratic Party.
That's right.
And they pushed them Edomites far enough, brother. Them Edomites ain't got no problem going to war. They believe in that old Constitution, the Constitution. And they run up in there, brother, and ain't nobody a better terrorist than Edomite. Don't let them old Arabs fool you. Them old Arabs doing that little terrorism, that ain't nothing compared to Esau.
Hell no.
Esau took out a whole damn city. You know what I mean? His babies shooting up schools. So can you imagine him?
That's right.
So the Lord is saying, nah, you don't get that. I'm not meeting you as a man. So he's gonna be dealt with in the Lord's way. Why? Because he's the Redeemer of Israel. The Lord is his name. And listen, when he say the Lord of hosts is his name, okay, that's a specific title by the Most High. When somebody say, you going Esau's army, and he say, attention, Colonel on deck, that means that cat that walks in that room is the absolute power in that room at that time. That's why they call you to attention. He's the absolute authority in that room, whether it be a sergeant, a colonel, a major, whatever it is. He's the absolute power. Well, guess what the Lord said? I am the Lord of hosts, meaning no matter what army you got, I'm the Lord over them armies. I control whether they want me to control them or not. I'm the Lord over all of them.
That's right.
He let you know. How's this going to happen? How you going to not be met like a man? I'm the Lord of hosts. I'm over every host, a host being an army.
That's right.
I'm the Lord over all of them. What you going to do now? And you, what could you do? Because he's the Most High power. All right. Did you have more on the ads or anything like that? Anybody else want to get in questions behind me? Do we want to take questions or?
Of course, it's up to you, sir. Of course, I don't have any. I'm not sure if anyone else has any. Is anyone that has questions?
Salaki, sir, there have been some questions in the chat. I haven't.
All right, I got one for Marah, and then I'm coming to you. All right.
Officer Hazahab has a question in the room as well.
Okay, bear with me a second. Can I take Marah got one question? Can I take his and then I come to you?
Colonel Wakan.
Go ahead, Marah.
Colonel Wakan, sir, if I may. So what should us as Israelites, what should we do right now concerning everything that's going on? A brother asked this earlier about the ICE. So I'm gonna bring that same question back about what's going on in the world. So.
Yeah, okay. In the Israelite school, UBK brothers in here may not even realize how prepared they are. We've been preparing y'all since the 60s on what to do. You doing everything right. If you report to your commanding officers, if you prepare your houses exactly the way we said, if you raise up your wives and children just like we told you, you are fine. When it was time for you to get sewing machines, we said, get your sewing machine. When it was time for you to get food, we said, get your food. When it was most important for you to know the brotherhood, that was most important. It was for a reason.
Yeah.
For these days right here. And you took on that brotherhood, solid. Those that didn't want to got ejected. And now you know why. You don't want that clown standing next to you while trouble is coming.
Yeah.
The Lord kicked him to the curb.
That's right.
That's what you don't want. So you are in ISUBK, you are highly prepared. Somebody getting a jam in West Bum Hell, there's brothers not too far away.
That's right.
And listen, not just brothers not too far away, highly motivated brothers.
I don't want to come.
You understand? Like if I call up Captain Tawar and say, Tawar, there's a group of people in King of Prussia, I need you to go up there and do A, B, C, and D. When he put that call out, y'all all gonna answer.
I don't want to come.
You're gonna be fighting for who get. Wait, hold up, y'all. What do you mean y'all ain't got no more seats? You better tie me on the roof. I'm going. That's how y'all gonna be. So y'all prepared. We've been preparing you for rough times for the longest, and the same with our tribes as well. Intricate issues, get counsel. If you don't understand what if your immigration status is rocky and you need
specific information, pick up the phone, get counsel. You understand? We'll tell you exactly what to do, exactly how to deal with that. All camps would have come together, and they did. The ones that had the wisdom to come together. The ones that didn't, you don't see much of them right now.
Kind of want to come.
You don't see much of them right now. Even the purple cats, you don't see much of them. They government anyway. So you are prepared. If you are not in the truth, get your behind up in here. Get in the lace up your boots and get in here yesterday. That's what you should do to answer that question. All right. Let's take it back to New York. You had some questions as well in the chat out.
Counselor Osha Zahab had a question here in the room.
Please,
Cuddle Counselor. Yesterday, me and a Shagapon, we went down to Foley Square yesterday, and we saw exactly what you said, sir. There was like 4 Mexicans there. You know what I mean? I saw a Shaw making the 5th Latino there.
Yeah.
There was all white people.
Yeah,
all white people, and these people looked like they wanted all the smoke. You know what I mean? All their signs was not even about Latinos. It was about fascism, and they don't want a king.
F ICE, F Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean,
they said they don't want a king. They know what Donald Trump wants. They know their people. They know what he wants. He wants to be Rocket Man. That's what he wants. You know what I mean? He want a parade. Everybody will parade by. He want all that. But brother, them Edomites are not going for that, and the Lord ain't going for it. He's living a delusion. He's trying to make a delusion real. He's trying to make a fantasy in his head. He's trying to make it real before his eyes. And he is a fool to try and do that. And to do it against and to use the Lord's chosen people as your stepping stone is even more dumb to do that. To not have any fear of the Most High is even worse. Sure enough, since the days he sold his birthright out, he's had to live by the sword. Since the day Cain killed Abel, he's had to live by the sword. And he's had to do it up to now, and he's going to do it until he's over, which is near at hand. Go ahead, Oxalak.
And so to add on to what also Hazahab said, like you can like get a sense of the environment, right?
Yeah.
So while we're there, I waited for Officer Hazahab to meet me there. So about like 15 minutes, I'm just observing the environment, observing which areas would be best to be able to quickly get out of or move to where I could be out or where we could be out from harm's way. But observing the crowd, you can tell that there's like little pocketed sections of people who are gathering that just did not fit the sincerity of why people were there. Right, Osaza? Like, if you want to take the mic, Bubba Shaw.
I would say, yeah, hell yeah. These guys are like, if I say, they look like terrorists. You know what I mean?
You guys talking to the mic, we can't really hear you.
My mic is not on. Can you hear me, sir?
There you go.
So I just want to say, these guys look like they were terrorists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to blow a building up. That's what they look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you got everything out there. You got government agents, military personnel. You got terrorists, crazy white women who've been wanting to go absolutely crazy, want to take their shirt off, show the world their breasts, and fire a machine gun. You got every kind of drug addict and nutcase all out there. This is just the latest opportunity for them to bring their grievances, to the streets. They're working in little shops all over the country, hating America, hating the president, hating, tattoos all over them. We got all kind. Mark Lamont Hill got pepper sprayed today by a black woman who hated him. I mean, she was stealthy with it. Eased up on him, man. He could see it coming. He said, step back. And before that, he picked up on it early, called the security team over, but they was half sleep. And sure enough, she got over there and sprayed him with that pepper spray. He lucky she didn't pull a gun out on him.
That's right.
Man, because she was good and crazy. Man. So you got everything out there because, again, this is the time of the end. So you got a whole lot out there. Even if You know, they more mad than Issachar in many cases. Issachar is upset too, and so are we all. But some of these Edomites hate America way more. And see, they know America. Just like in the 70s, you know, Patty, this might be too much before y'all time, but there was a white girl named Patty Hearst that was her father was super rich. She was kidnapped by a group of brothers called the Symbionese Liberation Army. And they were bombing America. That's another thing they don't tell you. They don't tell you black groups had some real terrorists. Not that we, you know, telling y'all to be that, but black groups were bombing and blowing up stuff. Weather Underground, another group. These groups were bombing and killing all across this country during the 60s and 70s, right after they started sending brothers to Vietnam and all of that. That's what the movie, what's that movie where they had the painted face and they was robbing banks? Dead President. That's a true story, Dead President. That brother was an Army veteran that came back from the war. They came back and they were all poor and suffering. And them brothers started picking up guns, man, and robbing out of America and bombing. Well, Patty Hearst got kidnapped. They laid out their story to her, pretty much halfway brainwashed her, and she became one of them. And when they arrested her, they sent her to prison because she became one of them, even though originally she was a kidnapped victim. And so there's a ton of the Edomites that when they really, especially with the internet, when they really see what it is that their people are really doing, because they always got a cousin or somebody that can tell them the inside scoop before you know it, they start turning on their own empire. They realize how evil and wicked they are. And they also look at it like it's unnecessary. We got so much money. We rule so much. We got all this land. They don't even occupy the whole America. You can go all up and go to Yellowstone Park. You can get lost in Yellowstone Park. They'll never find you.
That's right.
Right or wrong. Go out to Arizona, out in the desert and all that. You'll drive out in that goddamn desert. They'll never see you again. This man got millions of people. California.
Yeah.
California. Them wildfires all up in the mountains barely harm that many people because they got so much land up there. Like this place they don't have to be this cruel. They don't have to steal the land of the North American Indian. The little land they got compared to all, but he got to have every crumb. If your land grow anything under that land, he got to steal it. You just can't let it rest. Can't let you have nothing because he's a man of low self-esteem. He's a man that knows he's worthless. He knows he's not. That's why he hates you. They got a new term they're using out here called black exhaustion, I think it's called. Y'all heard of that term?
Okay.
Where they exhausted at the black people fighting on videos and all. What they really exhausted at is your rise as a people. You're being better than them. The Egyptians did the same. They hated us. And they hated us because all the while, every day they wake up and watch a basketball game, a football game, they know you're better than them. Did you hear the Edomite, the sister, that I think she's the sister that won that tennis tournament?
Okay.
She beat the white girl that was #1 in the world. The white girl turned around and said, she didn't play that good. I just made a lot of mistakes. She could not give the sister the credit that she deserved. The sister clapped back and said, I played real good. I played hard as hell, and I beat her hard as hell. She had to come back and clap back because, once again, their exhaustion is your greatness. They're exhausted at your greatness, which is why they want to silence it. But once again, the Lord is in the midst of it. I don't want to tie up. You got more questions? Go ahead, Salaki. Then I'm going to read the 5th verse. 5th and 6th is important.
Salaki, sir. No more questions.
5, 6, and 7. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Said the 5th verse, sir?
No. I was saying, do you have any more questions from online?
Live, sir.
No? We done, Marah? We done? No. Oh, I thought you had some of your own. My bad. Okay, good. So we good. Let's read 5, 6, and 7, Muhammad. I'm gonna get above. I know we running late. What time?
Please, turn on come.
Yikes. We probably in here by ourselves. Everybody went. They'll listen to the second half tomorrow.
Slack, sir.
Sorry.
There were some questions, but I think you covered it all in everything you've been breaking down, sir.
Most High in Christ. Let's just read these, all right? And we'll get ready to wrap it up. Unless you want me to do something different, General.
No, do whatever you want, sir.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Let's do it out. No, afterwards. Thank you. You got it, warrior?
Con, sir, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
No, I think, did we read 5?
Salaki, sir, we did not. That's my
Let's
fault.
read 5.
Verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness.
When it says sit thou silence, meaning that this Edomite and these nations will never have a voice like they have right now. They'll never spread their religions, their philosophies, their poison, their hatred, their racism. They'll never get to spread it anymore. And when it say, keep reading from it, and get thee into darkness, meaning they're going to be like they don't exist, like they're trying to do to us.
Yeah.
They're trying to send us into darkness, into the prison houses, into the slave quarter, into death. That's what the Egyptians tried to do. That's why they tried to kill the firstborn, you understand, of every Israelite house. And turned around and ended up with their firstborn being killed by the hand of the Lord. And you're going to see the same this time as well. You are watching absolute miracles unfolding before your eyes. You are examining 5,000 years of history that is culminating right before your eyes. And if that don't drive you to your knees to thank the Lord, I don't know what will. If that don't make you say, Father, thank you for what you've given us, I don't know what will bring you to understand that there's a greater thing than the food that goes in your mouth, the sex that you have and the drugs that you take. There's nothing that will make you think that there's more than that if this doesn't do it. Because this should take you right there. Go ahead, Ak.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called.
And when the Lord say, oh, daughter of the Chaldeans through Isaiah, it's a smart, it's a disrespect.
Yeah.
Because again, the Chaldeans are supposed to be the wise men. It's just like you saying, go drop dead, you daughter of America.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's trying to say, you're supposed to be the great one. Go ahead, General. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, that was it, sir. I was agreeing.
Kind of like you supposed to be the Chaldeans. You supposed to be the great one. Well, guess what? Go in the dark. Go somewhere now. Go ahead,
Khan. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
That's right. Each one of these empires were considered the Lady of Kingdoms. And that's America too. America is considered the Lady of Kingdoms. That's why France brought the Statue of Liberty over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Consider this the Lady of King, and the Statue of Liberty is a man and a that. You know what I mean? Like you tried to be the Lady of Kingdoms, like a Big Frida. You tried to be the sexiest Israelite alongside of me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That shit he was doing with his hand across his face and all that. This shit here. You know, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, man. America won't be that no more. Go ahead.
Sir, verse 6. I was wroth with my people.
The Lord was angry with us. Angry with us, which is why we should repent and follow his laws, statutes, and kingdom. They shouldn't be able to sell us a piece of pork nowhere.
That's right.
They shouldn't be able to do that to us. They shouldn't be able to make us drug addicts on their weed and pills nowhere in America. They shouldn't be able to make our daughters half naked nowhere in America, swinging on a pole.
That's right.
They shouldn't be allowed to do any of that. You understand, to the Lord's chosen people. But they did, and the Lord became angry with us because we chose to have that wicked lifestyle. Now we need to choose the opposite. Go ahead.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right. He polluted us because he put us in the hands of this empire. And the empire is before this empire. So he polluted us because we turned our back on him. He just said, I'm going to pollute you. Just like you have clean water and you throw trash into that water, it pollutes that water. That's what the Lord did with us. We was a pure river. He said, oh, you want wickedness, huh? I'm going to pollute you with these other nations, man.
That's right.
Like these other nations were never ever supposed to be, in some symbiotic relationship with us. We was always supposed to be separate from all the nations on the earth. We're supposed to be above the nations, meaning rule over them, separate from them, living a different lifestyle with different laws, statutes, and commandments. We was never meant to be common with them, taking on their customs, you understand, walking around in booty shorts like they do. That's where that come from, Dukes of Hazzard shorts and all that old nastiness that Esau come up with. You know what I mean? All that, we want to be liberal and free and all this nonsense that just led to destruction. Brother Captain Mawquad sent me a video today that was amazing of this black woman that became a senator. Forget what state it was. But she said she was on there. Now, she's already an elected official. She was saying, black man, you're going to have to take the lead. Because the black woman don't give a damn about nothing. She don't care about her kids. She don't care about you. She was trashing black women. Now, that's not every woman, but she was trashing them like it was every woman. She said, if you don't take the lead, there'll be none of us left. We're going to be wiped out because the black woman is not going to give a damn about them kids or you or anything else. Like they realizing now, like now that it's all on the line, now the serious black women who've been listening to them sodomites in church, those homosexuals in church, now they pulling back and re-examining everything and saying, we done messed up. How do we let the black man get pushed out of his position? How did he fall out of line, out of authority?
Okay.
Now the smart ones are calling for black and Latino men and Native Indian men to get back in charge. Get back, and you got a ton of black women on there now telling black women, if she don't do this, this, and this, throw her away. She don't do this, that. Now, we know under the law you can't do that, but we got other punishments for her. Everybody's calling for the men to step back up and get in charge. And that's exactly what's going to happen because, once again, everybody could see the handwriting on the wall. The Lord was angry with us. Go ahead.
And giving them into thine hand.
And gave us into their hands as a punishment. Go ahead.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
They showed us no mercy. Talking to the mic, they showed us no mercy. No mercy. And they're showing us no mercy now. No mercy for the tribe of Issachar. None. Go ahead.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Upon the ancient. Who are the ancient? We are. We're the ancient ones. We come from the family lines of Noah and others. We the ancient ones. And they laid a heavy yoke on us. They had no respect for the Most High and all that these biblical prophecies had to say about us. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
Right. Thinking you're gonna be a delicate woman forever. But them days are over. Go ahead.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
They don't lay to heart who we are. They know who we are. Christopher Columbus knew who he was when he came to get us, right or wrong, man. When he came over here, he knew. And brother, all he could do is write back to Spain and England and say, we can conquer these people.
That's it.
We can put them in chains. Excuse me. And that's exactly what they set out to do. And they didn't take it to heart. We go harm these people, God gonna harm us. They didn't pay that no mind. And that's why the Lord said, I'm not gonna meet you as a man. I'm not meeting you that way. I'm gonna meet you in so many ways, you're not even gonna see me coming. Read on.
Neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right, go ahead. You didn't remember how this was going to end. You didn't remember that. One more, if I could, Muhammad.
Please, sir.
Two more. 8 and 9. You didn't remember the latter end. You didn't remember how this was going to end. Well, you remembering it now. Because them bombs is hitting Iran. And every time they try to stop them wars in that Middle East, they flare up again. And they are so confident to starve little babies on air.
That's it.
Right before the world. To starve those babies, daring the world to step up.
But now you're going to try to starve the Lord's chosen people. They are not Palestinians.
That's it.
Palestinians got to call on Allah to come help them, because they Muslim brothers ain't stepped up to help them.
Hell no.
So they got to call, you know what I'm saying? So they got to call on Allah themselves. That's their God. And they should call on him, and they should stick with him. I don't know nothing about them, but good luck. But I know that the children of Israel belong to the Lord. And the Lord made a covenant with them and resealed that covenant with Yahushua, the king known as Jesus Christ. Anybody coming up to do them in and wipe them out, the Lord will deal with them. You know what I mean? The Lord will stand up and fight that fight. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly.
Talking about Esau, you deal carelessly. You overthrow people, change laws, kill our brothers and sisters in the streets, sell drugs to the world, conquer countries. Went in there to Iraq, I can kill 1 million people in there just to say, oops, was a mistake.
That's it.
You know what I mean? After you kill 1 million people, you know what I'm saying? You better, I'm glad you got some weapons and some arms, because if you did not have it, these nations would ravish this country. If you didn't have them weapons and them arms, them Iraqi families, them babies would be coming right back in America, slaughtering you for what you've done. And they ain't the only place you did it. Killed 1 million over there in Vietnam too. Killed a whole bunch of people in Vietnam. Killed a bunch of them in Korea. Rocket Man, North Korea, he's still mad at you now.
That's right.
He's mad at you. 50 years later, he want revenge for what you did, for what they suffering, for what they went through. And so now they all trying to get arms to get you. But the children of Israel, they ain't got to worry about it. They got a God coming for them.
That's right.
One you don't believe in. You know what I'm saying? You go back and ask Moses and them, boy, they believed after they saw that Red Sea part.
Oh, yeah.
They knew what the hell they was dealing with. Go ahead, finish it up.
Khan, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
You try to take the Lord's seat. You try to say you are and none else beside you. You try to take the Father's seat. That belongs to the Lord. Who the hell are you? That you are and none beside you. It's ridiculous. Go ahead.
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Right. You don't think harm will come to this place because you've lived carelessly, and you've lived carelessly because you've been able to step on and slaughter the children of Israel wholesale. You've been able to wipe us out wholesale. You get $450 a pop for killing our baby in the abortion clinic. Then you sell all the body parts and make another $600-700. You clocking 350,000 of them a year at $1,200-1,300 per baby. Somebody calculate that. See how much money that is off of the lives of our children. You understand? And these ignorant black women who don't know better or have made the mistake of losing their own. You better get ready to get right.
Damn
you know
right.
what I mean? Because the vengeance is going to be a mother when it comes. Read on, 9th verse. 9th verse. And I'm going to try to.
Khan, verse 9.
I'm getting up off it, Muhammad.
Lost.
What's that number? $500 million. And remember, the government subsidizes Planned Parenthood with $500 million. So
right.
that's $1 billion a year business, killing our babies and selling their body parts. That's what it is, $1 billion a year. Okay? Doing that. And you think the Lord ain't going to answer this? I can't wait to that day where black women don't go to the abortion clinic no more.
That's
Brother,
right.
we're going to raise up so many brothers. Then they are going to say throw their babies in the river.
That's right.
But to them, when we come together and we rise as a people, to them, it's an invasion. That's why he said that. We're being invaded.
That's right.
And take back our country. That's what Pharaoh said in ancient Egypt.
That's right.
Said that they're having too many babies. There's too many of them. Before you know it, they'll be mightier than us and fight against us. Only one that don't think like that is you, which is so amazing in that you come and be a slave in America and never think, let's have more babies to become strong enough to deal with them. You just think, if I have more babies, I got more mouths to feed. So you go kill the baby in the abortion clinic and never say to yourself, let me get this man off of my neck that's starving me so that I cannot have babies. You'll never look at it like that. You know what I'm saying, man? Like we look at it the opposite.
Yeah.
Other nations look at it like they got a right to have their babies. We look at it like, well, we ain't got the money for it, so. Meanwhile, they getting $1 billion for those babies. They're getting $1 billion every year for those babies. It's insane. We could take that $1 billion and feed them same babies. It's a joke. It's a damn joke, man. This game that's been played on us. Salaki, was you saying something, Joe?
Law, sir. I'm listening.
Okay. I'm gonna finish up with this. Read on out in the middle of the 9th verse, fam. We're gonna end it on this verse. I know
Khan.
we've been at
But
it.
these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Man, that day is close. And we don't have to be ashamed of what the Lord said. The Lord said it. We reading it out the scriptures. We didn't write this. It was here before we got here. So why do we got to be ashamed of telling you what the Bible said? Because your preacher been selling out so long, he'll never say what's in this Bible.
That's right.
So now that we say what's in this Bible, we're the enemy now. Now we're evil and the enemy. When we're telling you what the Lord said in these scriptures, you're going to know this all in one day. That day is going to be a full-out global thermonuclear war. Read on out.
The loss of children and widowhood.
Nice and loud. Go ahead.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection.
The Lord said they're going to come on you in your perfection. In their perfection, meaning this going to be a killing and a slaughtering by the hand of the Lord like you've never seen before. It's going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be a perfect bloodbath on this earth. While you trying to wipe out the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, the Lord going to bring that thing on you like a perfection. Widowhood and all. The loss of children and all. While you talking all that against the Lord's chosen people, you need to get them white boys ready for world war. All your little militia groups and all that, you love to run down on some black people because they don't have weapons, on drugs, in poverty, eating bad, having family problems, arguing with their woman. You love to run down on them. Beat them up in the car, drag them out the car. It looks so good to you. You feel so cool when you do it. You feel so badass when you beat up on blacks and Latinos. You feel so badass that your woman want to do it. She's stopping brothers from going in their building because they in a white neighborhood and blocking their cars from leaving the mall. What are you doing here? You don't belong here. You're parked on the line. She wants in on it. She wants to enjoy the abuse that you've done to the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. The Lord said your day is coming in its perfection. He going to bring you yours like everybody going to say, well, what could we say? And there ain't nobody going to say, oh, that was wrong. The world is going to be like, well, now we know what happens when you're wicked and evil as hell. Read on, finish 9.
Concert. For the multitude of thy sorceries.
The multitude of your sorceries, man. All the lies and games you played on these 12 tribes, convincing them to kill their babies and to be drug dealers and to hate each other, promoting their music and taking over their music and making music for them to kill each other and hate each other and rival against one another, creating and financing gangs in secret so that they can kill and slaughter and stay divided and murder them each other, paying off all your preachers and Muslims, imams and ministers to be absolute disgusting sodomites before the Lord. You understand? All your sorcery, man, that you brought out and have used on the Lord, you're going to get perfection. This is the end of the world. Go ahead, I'm going to finish 9.
Please.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
And for the great abundance of thine, all your electronic warfare, psychological games,
and all of the mess that you create. And I'm sure, Mom, you would expand much farther on that right there.
Please.
You know what I mean? As far as them sorceries and all that. Hey, man, I so appreciate you. Let me come on, man, because I'm sitting in the house watching the TV set like, I don't know if Monday was going to come fast. I thought I was going to run out on the front porch and just start homicide. It went crazy. You know what I mean?
I was happy, sir, that you came down because I, of course, needed an expert on this topic.
It's a lot.
And you, of course, are the expert on this topic. And in 15 minutes, you were on deck.
The most right.
The water.
You know what I'm saying? I was so glad to get that call. I appreciate it. General, I appreciate it, man. I guess I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Knock already in the sleep. Knock, Morale, all of them. They sleep. They in here sleep. Heads down. Knock almost fell out the chair. Like, this nigga ain't never gonna shut up. I'm telling on them now. They was good. They was good sports dog. They rolled in on Johnny on the spot on this game right here. Give me 5 minutes, I'll be up and running. You know what I mean?
It's hard to hang with you. It's been hard to hang with you for 35 years.
It's
hard. They don't not the knocking Mirage just finding out. It's hard to hang with you. I don't think you ever get tired ever. The first time I ever rode with you, I was in North Philly at 3 a.m.
Oh, man.
Sleeping up. Jimmy came to me. He said, "Hey, you ready to go to New York?" I said, "Kind of one time." It was 3 a.m.
Good night.
There I am driving to New York, and he's the wolf. And this is not going to get tired, and it's not going to go to sleep, and it just ain't never changed.
Listen,
Lucky, sir.
You know surpass me on that. I watch you hopping on that bus every week. I don't know how he doing. I watch you rose on that class and them teachers and all that.
I'm trying.
Never seem like you get tired. I'm like, is he tired yet? Not yet. Good night. You know what I mean? Like you filled with the Holy Spirit when it comes to bringing forth this word. And then give it up for General Mine, and did an amazing job across the world. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean, with raising up these camps and raising up these families and bringing this thing into the right order and getting them ready. They ready now for these hard times. And that don't mean we're gonna go get guns and go out there trying to be a militia group. We're gonna take care of these 12 tribes in every absolute way we can. You know what I mean? As they come to seek to destroy us out of the fear of their empire falling. So I thank the Lord for you and all the generals as well behind you, captains, officers, troopers, and definitely the sisters as well. We got a little bit more tough times coming, y'all, but it's almost at the end. We almost here. You know what I'm saying? We almost here. So it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior. Salaki.
Is Captain Kataza. Shalom to Shabrak.
What's going on, Cap?
Cool. Well, the water for coming and simul streaming across the line as well. We greatly appreciate it. But I just question for General Mahayman. That time when Commander Junior Hahn woke you up at 3 a.m., took you to New York, was that the time he didn't bring you back for 3 months?
That's when it was. You had a good memory. It was at 3 a.m. and I did not come back home for 3 months. That's correct. So, and here's the thing: he has not slowed down. Like, this is the thing. I knew when I called him, he was going to be at the school in 5 minutes and have 10 brothers with him. I knew it.
Hey, Kataza, here's the part nobody tells. Okay, at the time, the nation was under attack. I knew it was rough, and I went over there and by bumping barbecue. Mm-hmm. And I saw this young, mighty man in that bumping barbecue. I said, I'm taking him. I said, I'm going to take him and win. And I called him. Listen, that part, that was the Lord. Because I went and called him out, and we was out. I said, he came to me one time and said, So when we heading back? I said, heading back. The world is coming apart. And Muhammad hung with me, brother, and Lord knows the Lord worked. They worked with him. Man, though it be told, they would not believe it because he ain't stopped battling yet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in his blood now. You know what I'm saying? So thank the Most High for you, because we was you know more than most. We was in trouble then, and we needed strong men. That's why, brother, if you coming up in this truth, be one strong, be two faithful. You understand? Or vice versa, be faithful and be strong. You understand? And don't, like the scripture said, don't give up. Just stand with the Most High, and you be shocked to see the Lord will come get you. Read them scriptures. Many times men in the Bible, right before they gave up, the Lord came and got them. And the same will happen with us. We was up there, brother, and Muhammad definitely, one day we talk more about the story, but it was tough times. It was trouble. You understand? And we needed men of strength. And General Muhammad came through, and he came through in great ways. And then came Mayat and Haas. And, these brothers did the job, you know what I mean? So they get on my nerves sometime. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up there now. So they trying to ignore me. They ain't going to ignore me, though. They trying to call me the old head, the old man. I ain't going for none of that. They gonna mess around and find me running faster than them. They better act like I'm 25. But thank the Lord for them. And we should all thank the Lord for great men that do this. These young brothers coming through now, man, Murad. Who else I got up in here? Taziyah, Knock, you know what I'm saying? Right, Officer Ibai, Officer Yadiah, Officer Mathumyard, Bad Cats, others coming through. They coming through, man, in this last hour, and they're coming through strong and doing an amazing job. And this is all across the country. You know what I mean? And so, and our people need it. You need, in the time of trouble, you need a man of God. That's what we knew. You know what I'm saying, Mom? Like, we used to know that in the past. When the time of trouble came, they know who to go talk to. They didn't go talk to no stinking preacher. They didn't go talk to no entertainer, get his opinion of it. They went and talked to a man of God. And many times, most of the time, they didn't like what he said. But when they did what he said, they had success because the Lord was with that man. And the same applies today. So, Tawada, again, General, I appreciate you.
Tawada to you, sir. Tawada to you. Colonel One Colonel.
Damn right. So, I guess we're going to jump off. We're going to salute you out.
Colonel One Colonel, sir. I believe that's, I'm not sure what Cross the Line does, but we'll all just salute you out, and then I'm done. Tawada, sir.
Tawada, you out. Okay, then.
Alawat Panya Barak.
How Shem Yao Shabrak Da.
Tawada again, Akim.
Tawada, Akim. Tawada.